Okay, and we are into game one of this series between Shrek is Love and REXXARS in the winners bracket semifinals for Gold Cycle 3 of HoN Tour Season 3. This time joining me, Boar Beater from Team Frog No Hippo. I got that mixed up for half a second. But also Salem from Team Twisted Fusion, whose team is... Oh, there's a problem with this call. Hold on while we try to get the call back. So it would appear that we might have some issues, and for now, I'm going to be solo casting because I don't know when these guys are going to show back up. And oh, there's one. Maybe. Hello, are we back?
I'm back. Yeah.
Okay.
My internet UCs, but I'm still on the replay time. So
yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, that's Boar Beater from Frog No Hippo, and he's got some experience playing these teams because he's a Gold Division player. It's always useful. And Salem, of course, the other guy from Twisted Fusion. So, how you guys doing?
I'm alright.
doing all right.
Good stuff. And they're busting through this picking phase, so let's get going here with this. Warbeast and Dr. Repulsor banned out by Cluckmuck, and Cthulhuphant and Swiftblade taken up by Serenia on KNX, who... Is that a new player for them? Either of you know?
I'm not
It's
sure.
it's Love and REXXARS actually.
It is?
Cool.
Alright, good. More name changing, so that's always nice, because I don't think he was Red REXXAR before. Like, I don't think he was
So
Serenia before, but I don't know. Maybe not. Sorry, go.
My thoughts on banning things like Warbeast and Doctor, maybe they're targeted at them, and since they're first pick, they'll be able to get things... I mean, they didn't pick Swiftblade because Hellborn banned it, but it forces those kind of bans.
Yeah.
And lets them, like, get a really good first pick. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Warbeast and Repulsor are not exactly common bans. I don't think I ever seen first ban Warbeast, to be honest, but... Lead deciding to start the draft up with Kraken, Tempest, and Glacius. So lots of wombo combo potential there with those three very, very powerful ults. I think Cluck and Bunny General were on the cast yesterday talking about how powerful the Kraken Tempest combo is. So hopefully they'll be able to execute it well. You got any thoughts on the draft here so far, Salem?
Well, I really like the fact that KNX already picked up Ophelia versus the Tempest, of course. I think Legion is trying to bait the Magnus pick, but it's not gonna happen. And it's loose.
Yep, and the Gauntlet, third pick, on top of that Ophelia Rhapsody. So push is the name of the game for the Hellborn side, at least early on, as they'll be able to drop dance floors on top of those Oath minions and just crush towers, I hope. Because, I don't know, we've seen a lot of games where people pick push lineups, they pick Ophelia, and they don't start pushing in earnest until like 20 minutes. And to me, that just seems stupid. Like, if you're going to pick an Ophelia Rhapsody, you can take all tier 1 towers in 20 minutes. It's not that hard with some proper rotation. So, the gold boost that offers, it feels like it'd be silly to pass it up, but I don't know. Is there any reason why that wouldn't be the case? I can't.
Maybe if your lanes are losing, then if you try to push, you might just mess up.
It's true. You could get counter pushed, and if the other team rotates, then that could end up badly. But then again, if you force the rotation and then back off, I don't know. Maybe that helps you win lanes.
Yeah,
I feel like sorry.
I prefer players to like put pressure on all the lanes and do kind of mind games like that. But
I agree.
some people just farm on Ophelia, so.
I prefer people to use heroes for what they're good at and not to ignore helpful qualities. But hey, that's just me. So far though, either you favoring either side? I don't know. I like laser draft a little bit better. Boar Beater, you got any preferences for either drafts yet? Only 3 picks in.
I think Hellborn's draft is easier to play so far.
Salem?
I don't.
I'm not favoring anyone yet. They're kind of the same at the moment. Kind of balanced, I would say.
Right. Yeah, I mean they both definitely do have good drafts, of course. perhaps a little bit different in what they're looking for. But the other thing you got to watch out for is that the Legion side's now increased ulti combo. Going to be eaten a lot by that ultimate, presumably an Astrolabe, and the Rhapsody ult. So if their damage doesn't come out at the right time, then it will be a bit of an issue. Because obviously it can be, if they stop, Mag, Ulti, and Kraken, and maybe even Glacius with the Rhapsody ult and the newest plus, I think that's going to be very little damage from this Legion side. And yeah. Anyway, second stage bans, Keeper of the Forest, Russian Hag, and Bubbles on the Legion side. So taking out more really wombo combo heroes, so trying to help prevent the Hellborn side from being able to teamfight against them, I suppose, is the plan there. Also targeting suicides very heavily.
They're kind of more targeting, suicides, but also probably more likely solo safe laners.
Right.
Like,
that's true too.
or at least blue. That's what blue was banning.
Yeah, definitely Hag and Bubbles banning that.
Think was obviously banning the hard carries, or like the carries like also suicide.
Yep, and Draconis was not banned, and I didn't see that coming. But alright. That's not bad. I mean, he's just pure damage output among a lineup that basically has a ton of lockdown. So it's going to be hard to deal with the Dragon once he starts to get going, because that ultimate, inside a Tempest ultimate, inside a Kraken ultimate, inside stun from Magmus and Glacius Ice Imprisonment, is basically going to crush.
Yeah, I kind of like the Draconis pick because I also expected a Pharaoh pick. And with Draconis' buffs to his fire on the ground still, I've even tried suiciding with him. I usually fail, but he can do a lot of harass solo, so I expect a dual lane mid by both teams.
Yeah, Magmus, Glacius wouldn't be surprising, and of course Dragon with the, what is that? It's not Firefly, that's Batrider's thing, but it's basically the same ability.
But it could be a Glacius bottom for a minute, or 30 seconds, and then a Glacius mid.
Alright. And Pharah, of course, the last pick for the Hellborn side, on top of the Puppet Master, so both teams picking up a hard carry in the last couple of selections, and obviously a little more traditional in the PM, and a little less traditional in the Dragon, but both, no doubt, very strong laners and very strong heroes. Last pick, Pharaoh does counter the Tempest in some sense, of course, because of the ultimate. Superior magic from Pharaoh, and it stops Tempest ulti even with a Shrunken head, so I'm assuming Shrunken not really on the table for Tempest this game, you guys think?
No. Well,
I would not go for Shrunken.
Seems kind of pointless. Wasted their 900 gold, so then, I mean, do you guys prefer the straight Astrolabe, Plated Greaves, Ring of Sorcery, Push Book, utility type build, or do you go relatively early Portal Key and try to set up the God Hole?
Personally, I'd like the Tempest to go Tablet, or Astro Tablet.
Right, and I mean, they do have a Pharaoh on the other team, and with the Soul Support Glacius, that's going to be problematic for him trying to get a Tablet, but
then maybe they don't really need it, because Kraken can charge out.
That's
and
true.
Magmus can stun out, so maybe it's a waste.
And Glacius is probably dead anyway.
Yeah, you don't care about your places.
But if the Dargon gets caught, then that would be bad, I guess. Maybe you can turn it around and just start dropping auto attacks with that.
Yeah.
Damage, of course, the fire that sits on the ground. I don't know any of these heroes' abilities. Fiery Barrage. I never play Dragon. And I never see it, so I never actually remember what his abilities are called. So it's going to be a Suicide Magmus here, actually, as opposed to the Mag Glacius lane.
I'm fine with that because Kraken is tankier. So you want him to be tankier in the middle lane. Because Kraken's going to lose top anyways, and Magmus might do a little bit better or just the same. I don't know.
I mean, certainly against the Puppet Master, he's got 2 escape mechanisms as opposed to 1, because the Steam Bath, there's really nothing a PM can do about that. And then there's Love Surge, of course, but Voodoo Puppet going on to Magus. He's getting forced out pretty heavily here. He does have a fair bit of regen with 3 tangos, a rune, a health pot, and a mana pot. But middle lane, actually, Kraken taking a lot of damage, so that tankiness quite necessary. And he will get a health pot from Glacius. Final game, meanwhile, no surprise there. It is Draconis versus the Suicide Pharaoh. And Pharaoh so far on 160 GP and Dragon at 240. So.
I don't like the Dragon's build so far. I think it's wrong.
His skill build or his item build, I assume?
Skill build.
Yeah. Getting the new fair. Yeah, you should be trying to lay down those fiery barrage things so that it screws with Pharaoh. On the other hand, it does push the lane, so. But so does the nuke. Yeah.
I guess item build I also don't. I would have preferred him to go towards the Guardian Ring for the later push.
Right. And there goes the Mummy Walls right there, but Dragon's going to stand his ground. And right there, if he had the fiery barrage, he might actually have killed him.
Yeah, because I mean if Pharaoh walls you, you just hit him once or twice and there's fire on the ground.
And the nuke, and it's you did, buddy. So both sides' lanes actually rather predictable, and no surprise, each jungler is in the jungle. What a shock! The only real, slightly odd thing, even if this map is the top, is close to Kraken, but both obviously very capable suicides. And Magnum's perhaps even better in general. I would expect a very passive game early on, no doubt. That's what we're seeing. So let's talk strats then, because I don't think either side is going to be particularly aggressive at this point. Legion side definitely going for the team fight. Let's group up and push and force them to react to us, because we have all this initiation, we have all these ultimates that are going to combo so well together. And Hellborn side, probably more interested in the counter push, the split push type thing with the Ophelia and Rhapsody. They don't want to fight Hellborn one-on-one, at least for a while. I would assume that is what each team is thinking there, unless I'm completely off. I don't know if either of you have thoughts on.
I like what Magnus is doing. It's just going. Just gotta use that steam back.
Yeah.
Pushing out, catching up experience to make sure Puppet can't box him up.
Yeah, the Mag is actually doing okay, I guess.
That was 110
yeah,
GPM,
actually, he's got 300. So. And what I mean,
he can actually, and if the lane is gonna push out, then Puppet's gonna have to tank them, or
never mind.
the Dragon died, and he should not have lost.
Yeah, that's a problem. So this Dragon's gonna need some good farm. So.
Did the Pharaoh get like what's it called?
I completely missed it.
Kazu regen? It's extra regen or no?
I don't think so.
no,
I didn't notice any pulled regen, so it's possible, I guess. He will pick up a bottle here and head for the bot refreshment rune. Top rune is picked up by Ophelia.
It's a big thing for the Pharaoh to steamroll. Like he's 6.
Right.
They're gonna win mid. He's gonna win mid now. Because Legion doesn't have wards bottom.
Yeah,
I guess they're scared.
He didn't even use the round for the Pharaoh to get that kill.
He might, like...
Well, he was level 5, so... I mean, can he kill this dragon again? Like, with the Wrath, yeah. I think he probably can.
If he hits 7 here, or like... I don't know if he's going to be able to hit 7 and then get like a really easy kill, but maybe he'll just go for it now.
He's got boots. Dragon does too, but yeah, he's going to go for it right now, and why not?
With the W down, he might go for it.
Alright, he did get pulled regen according to somebody in chat, so thanks for noticing what I don't. Mid lane, meanwhile, actually Thunder Blast is going to finish off the gauntlet. Hasted Rhapsody coming through, trying to get a counter kill on Glacius, but that's probably not going to happen as he's at full health pretty much. So, while the rune was being controlled by Rhapsody there, I'm not really sure what she was doing. Gauntlet getting jumped by the combination of Glacius and Kraken. And the 6-minute rune goes on top here. Illusions looks like it'll go in favor of the Hellborn side. Ophelia picking it up, and now Hasted Rhapsody still going through. Staccato stuns will connect on Glacius, but
I think Glacius, nope, he's dead.
No, yeah, he's dead. Slows, man, the slows. Magnus transitioning to the middle lane, I guess, trying to help out that Rap, and now not too much he can do. Tempest also heading over, but again, not doing too much.
I guess I don't really know the difference in move speeds, but I think maybe if Glacis did some straight running, he would have been fine.
I mean, yeah, he's base 290 move speed, so he's naturally pretty damn slow, which I never understood, but I guess because he's ice, maybe is the idea.
I don't think it's fair that his move speed is slow now that they've
either.
nerfed his range on his Q.
I don't either. I mean, I think that hero, if he has one problem, and it's that he's too slow. And there aren't that many really, really valuable supports right now. It's basically just Rhapsody, but...
And the KNX is not having the best time of his life if you compare his Chicken with Puppet.
Yeah.
There's a big gap, so...
There definitely is. And they need... I mean, I guess they don't really need this Dragon to take off right now, because they've got so much group up and push potential. Like, they're going to have a lot of damage coming out from Glacius, Magma's, Kraken, that sort of thing early on. But they would probably still like to have him snowball, because if he's going to get to 600 GPM, then he probably wants to have a better start than this. We'll see if they can jump this Pharaoh. Nope. He's showing himself, as he apparently didn't want to go around the back, but there's a water site anyway. So Pharaoh knows exactly what's going down here.
The Hellborn have destroyed
top
a Legion
tower goes
tower.
down. So Ophelia with the rotation. Always like to see that, like I was talking about before. And boost PM to 415 gold per minute actually. Bottom lane, Pharaoh.
Yeah, he was really greedy because he knew Magnus was there.
Right,
But he
and in middle lane actually, they will get the kill on Demstrats, but they're going to try to get the counter onto Gauntlet. Not going to happen, thanks to Bottle Shock charges. So, what the hell is Pharaoh jumping into two heroes for?
I think he thinks that all they have to do to win the game is kill the dragon.
Right.
No matter what.
I don't think he's right about that, but even if he is, not a good strat. Middle lane actually Rhapsody going to fall as well.
Because like Hellborn seems to be pretty focused on trying to get the Pharaoh to win, like providing him another ward to play.
I mean, he sort of already has, and the fact that they rotated the Magmas down there, and then they took the tier 1 top, Puppet Masters at 430 PM, like, this is great, because Dragon didn't really win his lane, and now they're forcing other heroes to go sit and babysit him like that Magnus, who needs to farm, because he needs a farm, especially in this lineup. And, like, feeding kills.
Looks tough.
Yeah, I know. Let's see if they're going to jump this. Yeah, Invis Glacius, so Puppet Master going to be in some trouble here as the ports come in. Voodoo Puppet goes on to Tempest, but there's the eruption.
He got ported back.
Oh, he did? Oh my god. Ophelia, you will pay for your insolence, cracking at a splash auto
What is
attack.
Ophelia's level on that spell? Okay, so it's 5 seconds.
It's a really good reaction. Well done, Oph saving the day there. She does die, but obviously the better situation for the Legion or the Hellborn side. And top lane actually, Magnus, Voodoo Puppet on top of him. Steve I think can save you there, but he does have enough health to just live, so not a problem.
Bottom.
We'll leave. Yeah,
Maybe
bottom
something
there,
like that.
trying to set up on this looks like. And so yeah, there goes the Wrath of the Pharaoh in on top. Actually, Big Arlong on top dies on that Puppet. We'll see if they can kill this dragon. Blazing Flight goes down, and the Hellfire's not going to be enough. Oh, counter kill here. Yeah, that's going to happen. As now Pharaoh's in a lot of trouble. Nope.
Gonna die.
Yeah, Rocket gets in, but there's a last auto attack from the tower, and he will die. So 1 for 1, obviously. Another good trade for the Hellborn team.
Yeah, I think it was a big problem that Pharaoh didn't have enough mana for his Hellfire when he went in. Because the Hellfire Rhapsody combo, like Dance Floor with mini stuns, is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And they missed out on that.
Yeah, he did.
Magnus got pretty nice.
I don't know, I didn't even see that if you want to tell us what happened.
Yeah, basically Puppet manned up on the Magnus with full HP. He shouldn't kill him, but there were a lot of creeps he was tanking, and Magnus did a big turn with the stun, and so that was well played.
Yeah. Really what you're going for here. So a lot of suicides killing the opposing team's short laner. Very strange. Don't usually see that.
What do you guys think about Ophelia skipping boots. I've seen it on other players.
And they're gonna jump Kraken here, but that's not gonna work well. Norse Blessing and a Wrap ult coming out. Looks like Gauntlet will be able to survive, at least for now. Nimus does have another stun up in a second. Right now, there it goes. Lava Surge and a Thunder Blast, so that's gonna end up finishing off Gauntlet despite
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion
pretty
tower.
powerful healing ultimates, or damage nullifying ultimates. And top tower does go down in favor of the Hellborn side, so they've taken 2 towers in this top lane now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Ophelia rotate perhaps to the mid. Start taking more towers. Yeah, sorry, somebody else said something before that.
Oh, I was talking about Ophelia. He had no boots. He rushed the mana ring, even though like Puppet's not even really caring that much about the mana. So I think
you want to talk about Archie Tiger and his Ophelia strats in regards to no boots?
Do I want to? What he basically does is he also skips the boots actually. Then he actually gets the mana ring and astrolated. And if you have the right creeps and if you have the right positioning, then it's perfectly fine. If you're gonna start guiding,
are you skipping boots to try to meet some critical timing? Is that the idea?
I think the idea is that he gets that fast mana ring and astrolated, and after that, you know, the fight should be won if he plays it correctly, and he plays it correctly, and then he can hit the marshal. And that's how he plays it, and that's how it has been working out for us. So, but then again, we allow him to actually just pick up his creeps until like level 6, 7, and then we start moving around. So that's our kind of style. Of course, if we want to, if we need him to roam a lot more, then Marshall's probably preferable. Or if you want him in the opposite jungle, then it's definitely, I think you need to get them on.
Wrath gonna miss their solo. Yeah, I mean,
still got missed.
Like, I've seen Archie Tiger at 20 minutes on Ophelia with no boots, which to me is pushing a little bit. But alright.
But like, if you're grouped as a team and you're not planning on having to run away or to like run in with Ophelia, then it's like all about like just healing and refreshing your team and like just like knocking every shit down.
And it's 1,500 gold, and you know, or do whatever depending on what boots you get, and that can help you get an astrolabe or a mana ring much faster, of course. And of course, the creeps don't get the benefit of the increased move speed. So if you're mostly focused on what you can do with them, then it's not that helpful. So I mean, yeah, I certainly get the Stratus. Not really sure if I'd go into the game 20 minutes without even red boots, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, red boots will help you farm faster because you can get to the next camp faster. Now, Hellborn's having a lot of issues. They really want to get a pick off mid and then push, but they've missed 3 skill shots so far in that effort.
Yep.
Yeah. If he actually hit his ulti right there, then they could have actually pushed, because they kind of don't have fight with that basis, I would say.
And yeah, and a key thing to think or to keep in mind is that they would have had that push before the Kraken PK, but now Kraken's gonna have PK. Like, he's probably gonna sell his Minor Totem and buy it. Yeah, he just did that. So now Legion can defend pretty well. He's probably gonna try to hide his PK because they know that they really want to push. So I'd like the Tempest to rotate.
And speaking of Tempest, 15 minutes into this game, Legion side have not tried to take any towers yet. I don't know, this Tempest is level 10. Seems like they should have maybe initiated a push somewhere. Bot tier 1 is about half. And Wrath of the Pharaoh, go off again? Yep. Missed.
Well, so Pharaoh did max rockets, and Dragon did kind of lose his lane. If Dragon won, they could have done a fast push maybe. But.
Kraken trying to jump there with the portal key, not successful, but it looks like that push will be coming through here in middle lane, as all 5 heroes are grouped up the Legion side. Puppet Master is still top, So if they want to counter this, and it looks like they do, they're going to need to have him come here. He does have a teleport. And there you go with the Pharaoh Rocket. Skill again with the hook. Not even close on Gauntlet. I don't know what he thought was going to happen there. And now Kraken going to charge Ophelia back. She's going to be in a lot of trouble. Should die right off the bat. Does get the numerous blessing off. Magnus in the background jumping in onto 3. He's going to fall. And the rest of the Legion team is going to retreat as Puppet Master has shown up with the Assassin's Shroud. Kraken dropping the torrent there. And again, with the skill shot missing. Voodoo Puppet onto Kraken. He's going to fall before he gets ultimate up. Nice two-man mummy walls. And the Tempest ultimate though. Oh no! And the Dragon ult. Oh, that's painful. Did Pharaoh have
I wanted
no
the Kraken to just ulti. Kraken should have just ulted before he died. Anyway.
Pharaoh didn't turn Hellfire on. What?
That's a bummer for him.
He's got max Hellfire, and he jumped into a Mummy Walls with a Tempest and didn't turn Hellfire on. And
actually, he might have used it against Magnus, and then
it was off cooldown. I was looking at it when he was dying. It was definitely off cooldown.
Alright.
But like, even if it wasn't,
Tempest did kind of a max range ulti. I don't know if you, or actually no, never mind. He didn't. He was.
He was inside the Mummy Walls, but like, even if you don't have Hellfire on cooldown, why are you jumping Tempest before he ults? Like, the whole point of you in this fight is to cancel that.
Album got way too greedy there.
Yeah.
They were chasing, they couldn't get near because of the Energizer, and then they all got out of position. And kind of split targets. One is jumping correctly, the other one is Tempest.
Wrath of Pharaoh here.
Dragon
On
getting
to Dragon.
comboed.
And will they get this? Yeah, they will. And no counter kills available, as they do bring the ports, actually, from Magnus and somebody else. Actually, top lane, Kraken, trying to get the kill onto Ophelia. Probably will be able to do so, yeah. Denver Pro going to go down here.
Hasted. Magnus is going to get the farm bottom. He'll have PK. And they can't defend mid.
Now, it looks like the rotation from Hellborn side will be here, and this should be a pretty easy tower kill. 4 heroes have shown up. Well, of course, all those teleports were used bottom, so
The Hellborn have
Hellborn
destroyed
side
a
very
Legion
aware
tower.
that that's a
And
free tower.
Hellborn just going to keep going.
Which is, I mean, that's the right call. This Legion side cannot stop the push right now.
The Legion have
They're gonna get tier
destroyed a
1 bot,
Hellborn tower.
cracking into TP back to base. But this middle tier 2, everybody backed off. And that was a decent call, but the ports are still on cooldown, so I don't know if they just didn't realize the timing, but there's a pretty good shot they could have killed that tower. I guess better to play it safe than sorry.
No, I think it was good that they backed. Because Legion wasn't really going to get anything more. And what Hellborn got was like a good amount of damage. Like, they'll be able to pick that tower like whenever later.
Dragon crushing the Ancients here. Rocket gonna snipe him out, but actually hook on Gauntlet missing again, so it's a bit unfortunate, but Ophelia gonna try to clean this up. Ward gets dropped actually right on top of Ward of Rev though, so not very effective in that sense. And Kraken gonna get the last couple of Ancients. Dragon, 20 minutes in, he still does not have his null stun. Like, that's kind of crazy. He's got 300.
Well, he went for Energizer investments.
Yeah.
And
I guess so, but really needs that, especially against this Puppet Master. And Gauntlet and Ophelia for that matter, and even Rhapsody to some extent. But Invis Magnus will catch 2 out here.
oh, that's big.
Yep, and there goes Kraken. Release the Kraken right on top, and Rhapsody get pulled in as well, so 2 ultis used, and definitely worth it. Because they not only do
It's
that,
always
they
nice to have an easy Magnus stun for your Kraken ults.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn
mid tower
tower.
also falling in their favor, so everything is nice and happy now for this Legion team. 3.5k gold lead, just over a 9k experience lead, so they're really doing very well on levels. Not quite as well on the GPM charts, but no doubt having a very good time. And really, I mean, you look at the Legion team and it's all about getting to that level 3 ultimate as soon as possible, because all 5 of their heroes are going to be heavily reliant on their ults to be effective in this game. So this experience lead is pretty critical.
It's huge.
And Dragon Port in bottom, I assume he's going to farm here and not try to kill this Pharaoh. So Hellborn's side is definitely down a little bit here, 14-7 in hero kills. Of course, they have lost the golden experience lead. Puppet Master is currently at 406 GPM, and he's got the Shroud, but he's not really farming good. Alright, I like this. He needs to go kill this dragon. With Pharaoh, they can do it. They're getting really aggressive here. Like, really, really aggressive. There goes Barbed Armor. Will they be able to get the kill on Dragon? Yeah, looks like it. A little more. No, actually, he's going to outrun Puppet. And there goes Pharaoh. He's dead. As the response comes in from the Legion side. That was poorly timed. And Gauntlet blasts off the side, actually. Will connect to the Dragon, so they end up getting the kill. But now Gauntlet's going to pay for this. Probably no. He's actually getting the power supply off. And the Tempest ultimate in the background. Catching all of them once again. Release the Kraken on top of that. Puppet Master going to fall. Ophelia trying to get away here. Newest Blessing goes through. That's not even close to helpful. I don't know if the Skeleton King was caught there or not, but it did not stop the Tempest ultimate, so that really wasn't very helpful. And the Minotaurs are getting cleaned up as well, so they need to do something about this Tempest. Like, they've got 3 good Tempest cancellers, really. Pharaoh and Gauntlet, and yet
The Legion have destroyed
This comes back
HoN
to
Tower.
Legion's draft, actually, because it's very strong. And if they focus, for example, if they initiate on the Tempest, then you're gonna face a big Magnus with you. Effectively, if you're gonna shut down the Magnus, then you will get a big Tempest in your face. It's just very strong Legion's draft.
yeah.
And then on top of that, the dragon is able to hit every single hero with his auto attacks.
Right.
I mean, once he's level 16. But.
It's the point of it. It's not even the ultimate damage, which is really powerful from Glacius, Magnus, Kraken, etc. But they're going to start to have a lot of right-click damage as well, and at that point, just a lockdown.
And I have to say, the position that Hellborn is in, it comes back to like the Pharaoh making some overly aggressive moves and them not being able to get that mid push in as early as they needed to.
Right.
If they had been able to do that, they would have had more map control and been able to be in a much better position. But now, they're just losing and losing and losing.
And they keep taking these team fights. Like, at some point, they have to stop doing that. Like, that last engagement, once they didn't get the kill on Dragon, they really should have just backed off and said, okay, Legion side's going to respond with a bunch of teleports. We don't want to fight them because we can't. We need to split push and we need to counter push because they're so powerful together. Maybe let's not take 5-on-5 engagements anymore. And they keep doing that.
Dragon's farming next to the puppet before his Nullstone.
Yep, but he's got a lot of backup from his team, and Dragon's dead. Where are the portal keys? Here they are. And off to the side here, Raps. Looks like she'll be the first one to fall. So that's not a great trade in and of itself, but they get the counter on the puppet as well. And he's going to try to drop despite the newest blessing, so going to be a 2-for-1 here. Pretty much no doubt. Pharaoh coming in with the Wrath of Pharaoh, but again, you're on to a lot of heroes here, buddy. Glacial Downpour finally does get stopped there, and the Barbed Armor contributed more, but not going to be enough background. Yeah, Eruption coming out, and there goes the 2-man Eruption. Astrolabe not going to save Ophelia. It might save Gauntlet if Kraken didn't have a regen on the portal keys.
No.
No, yeah, he'll be able to have it.
Massacre! Genocide!
So, again, with the trying to take 5-on-5 engagements. So.
Yeah, I mean, a little part of it is like they really want to kill the dragon, so they use like some of their good spells on it, but then Legion just comes and smashes them.
Why do
Like
they
a
want
lot
to
of
kill this
times
dragon?
they've killed the dragon, but
Like, the dragon's not doing anything right now. He's got 330 GPM, and he's an annoying source of
The
damage,
Legion have
but
destroyed a Hellborn
they should be
tower.
much more concerned about, I don't know, Glacius at this point? Like, Glacius Ultimate and the Freeze and the Thunder Blast, I feel like that's doing more work in these team fights than the Dragon is.
Well, yeah, it's probably part of the draft to just have someone that could look scary if you let him do his thing.
Right.
Yeah. And also, I mean, especially in that last fight, Magnus was doing a lot of good stunts.
Yeah.
The timing on his cooldowns just seemed like it was working for him perfectly.
I mean, Dragon's the only one on this team with Mystic Vestments. He's got a good getaway in the Blazing Flight and a heavily defensive item with a Nullstone. So
He does now. He actually died with 2,100 gold.
so yeah, before that,
Is
he didn't even have
flame worthy,
Nullstone.
but oh well.
And like, I don't get it. I'd much rather jump the Tempest or the Magnus than this Dragon. That it doesn't seem like it's a powerful hero to me right now. It will be, especially if they keep letting his team clean up the opposing carry and everything else. But
I think the next fight will decide.
yeah, and there you go. Kraken getting the voodoo puppet on him, but he just leaves. Bushwhack ahead and off to the side. Ophelia gonna get jumped. Not quite in range of the Rhapsody ultimate there. Wrath of Pharaoh in. On to Dragon, once again targeting him, but he gets tableted out. Release the Kraken here. On to Puppetmaster in the background. He's gonna fall. And it looks like Pharaoh will be in a lot of trouble as well as he takes the Lava Surge stun. So both Rhapsody and Gauntlet trying to get away here. Gauntlet popping in for a little ability, and that's game.
Legion wins.
So,
Yeah.
we're inside figuring we've taken all these team fights and that was a bad idea and we kept doing it and it became a progressively worse idea, but let's just keep doing it. Eventually it'll work. Not a great strategy in my opinion, but final thoughts, Poor Beaver, what do you got?
Well, I mean, the last fight was a desperation fight. I agree with the Pharaoh focusing the Dragon like in these fights because he's got the barbed armor and barbed is like a good Dragon counter. So like at least keep it at a 1v1 in that sense and hope your team does okay for the rest. But you still got that Tempest Hole to worry about, and pretty much your team's... Pretty much they had no chance, I think.
Alright, Salem,
Legion.
final thoughts, yeah.
I think that Legion just overall had a way stronger draft and a better what's it called? Beam of mind. I just can't get it. Presence of mind. Sorry, they had a better presence of mind. And they baited a lot of things. Like the Dragon top lane just wanted initiation of Dragon bottom lane. The Pharaoh. They baited a lot of things and had a way draft and presence of mind this game.
Right.
A well-deserved victory for the Giants.
No doubt. And alright, that will be doing it for game 1 here, so we'll be moving into game 2 in just a moment.